What's going on, y'all? Today we got a video about basketball time machines. It's called Why Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen Got to Stop. Mouthful, y'all. Excuse me.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. My name is Sean David, and I welcome you to your weekly dose of old school NBA basketball. In today's episode, I want to take a look at the relationship between Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and why it has to stop. What do I mean? Why the hating has to stop. We as basketball fans need Jordan and Pippen to be a team. We need it back then, and we need it today, and that's what we're going to take a look at in this episode. But before that, let me ask you guys for a small favor. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoy the content. And I would say enough of that. Let's get right down into it. So where do we start? Now, most people think that the icy relationship between Jordan and Scottie Pippen started after the Let's Dance documentary. And I have to remind you guys that even before that, there were a couple of interviews where Scottie Pippen wasn't talking too positive about Michael Jordan. Once he said Jordan was the greatest player of all time. In other interviews, he said, Kareem is better, LeBron James is better. So Scottie was not always 100% backing Jordan in those conversations. But then, of course, the Last Dance documentary happened and Scottie Pippen was very, very vocal about that he didn't like it that much. Let's take a look.
I was nothing more than a prop. His best teammate of all time, he called me. He couldn't have been more condescending if he tried. Each episode was the same. Michael on a pedestal. His teammates secondary, smaller. The message no different from when he referred to us back then as his supporting cast. From one season to the next, we received little or no credit whenever we won, but the bulk of the criticism when we lost. Michael Jordan would never have been Jordan without me, Horace Grant, Tony Kukoc, John Paxson, Steve Kerr, Dennis Rodman, Bill Cartwright, Ron Harper, BJ Armstrong, Luke Longley, Will Perdue, Bill Wennington, and I apologize to anyone we've left out.
You call Michael Jordan selfish in the first chapter. Why is that?
I mean, he was a great scorer, but a lot of things that he did was based on him as an individual. And I think basketball is a team game.
Watching you and Michael on the court, it looked like two best friends out there just crushing everybody. What was your relationship like off the court?
It wasn't what you saw on the court. We always will have that respect for each other, but our friendship is not where people see it on TV, think it is.
Do you think that Michael Jordan would be as successful without you?
No.
We understood from Phil Jackson that the NBA wanted to do some behind the scenes footage for the team documentary. That's what we was understood. That's what we were sold.
You phased out a little bit there with your connection. So, yeah. I wasn't pausing. I wasn't pausing because I didn't understand what you were saying. Just wanted to let you know. But you feel like there's anger with you or clarification or something. I don't know. I'm trying to get a feel for this.
I think it's more clarification.
Because you had a great career.
I'm not angry at all. Yes, I've had a great career. Wonderful time in Chicago, and it is what it is. But I think there needs to be some clarification, about a lot of things that happened, whether it was in the documentary or through the GQ ad that I spoke on.
Yeah, I didn't know, how you were portrayed in the documentary, and obviously it was slanted. But if everybody knew you signed a bad contract, did it need to be brought up that you signed a bad contract? I don't know. It felt like it was piling up.
I think my biggest thing with the documentary was that Michael, who didn't play in '94, who was selling a video based on The Last Dance, was something that he sort of tried to pull out to show that our winning was all about me, and this is what everybody else did when I wasn't around. Because he didn't need that in his documentary. I mean, he wasn't on the team.
Yeah.
You know, and if anything, if you're gonna show that you called Phil, why didn't you show that you called Phil to bat for me? I mean, I'm probably was the only man standing who had been there with him back in the early 80s.
No, you got to know that I'm a person who still every once in a while goes on Facebook and I follow Scottie Pippen. And not so long ago, I found a post of Scottie's which on first sight looks, well, just like a normal post, but if you look a little bit deeper in it, it tells you a lot. Now you can see that Scottie is naming basically his 5 favorite playground players, so to speak. And you see Dennis Rodman, you see Shaquille O'Neal, which surprised me because Scottie and Shaq also had let's say a fallout not too long ago, but it seemed to be in the past. But as you can see, Jordan is missing. And that to me shows me that Scottie Pippen even would go the extra mile to diss Michael Jordan, even though it's not a big thing, but come on. Jordan was your best teammate of all time. And I'm not saying that he was the nicest guy on the planet, but who did he win the 6 championships with? It was Michael Jordan. And just to be clear, I love Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen is one of my favorite players of all time. And next to Michael Jordan and Larry Bird, I think he's in my top 5. I have so much respect and love for the guy. And I can partly also understand why he's bitter and disappointed in the documentary. I can understand it. I definitely understand where he's coming from. But on the other hand, he has to understand that for millions of people around the world, Jordan and Scottie Pippen were the best duo of all time. And for the fans, it's just so important that those 2 guys get along. I even have a problem with Scottie Pippen not getting along with Isaiah Thomas and those guys, but I can live with that. But Jordan and Scottie Pippen, I think we fans need them being in harmony. Then I would like to show you also what other players and journalists have to say about Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen's fallout. Let's take a look.
Now, Scottie Pippen just came out with a book called Unguarded, and I just want to get your thoughts on, I don't know if you read it or what you think about that situation.
I love Scottie, but the book, I don't know what to say about that. I lived with those guys for 4 years, and I never saw that. But I just think Scott is so hurt because he wanted to get that recognition with Michael, because he grew up with Michael that whole 11 years they played together with each other, and he wanted the fact that Michael got $10 million for that documentary, he got nothing. So I didn't care about getting shit, I didn't care about the money. It wasn't about me getting money from that documentary. I got more out the documentary, money-wise. Fuck that.
But Michael did pay Scottie the ultimate compliment.
That is as funny.
He
as
did say, "I never would have won
that.
these titles without you." That's not good enough. Scottie was embarrassed with The Last Dance. I don't know what Scottie thought it was going to be like, unless he didn't read Michael or misread him. This is about Mike. Mike wanted to let everybody know, remind people, and then introduce himself to a whole new generation. Hey, you guys think LeBron is creeping up on me? You think he's the greatest? You think he's the GOAT, the king, the chosen? Scoreboard. Mm-hmm. Hey, let me tell you some stories that other people, maybe your dad, grandfather probably heard. That's all that was. The timing of this, it was calculated, like everything that Michael does. Michael's not a great teammate. He wasn't. He was just a great winner.
Is Scottie Pippen justified in these remarks?
No. I think he went over the line. Wendy, you know me. It's good to see you, my brother. Keep up the great work. I've been on the phone a lot last night and certainly over the last few months. A few months ago, I haven't spoken to Scottie Pippen in a few months, but I spoke to Scottie Pippen once Last Dance was on the air. I'm aware of his feelings. Obviously, I've spoken to Michael Jordan on numerous occasions, including last night. Guys like Isaiah Thomas is relevant in this conversation as well, along with various others. Let me be very, very clear. Scottie Pippen should be ashamed of himself. Now, I'm not going to crucify Scottie because obviously he's in a different place mentally, and there must be a lot going on, and my heart goes out to him because This is clearly an underappreciated, or at least a person who feels he is underappreciated. Just in case you feel underappreciated, Scottie Pippen, let me remind you that the world recognizes you as one of the top 50 players in NBA history.
Now, I'm very curious. Please let me know in the comments.
That's the end of this one, y'all. Yeah, man. My thoughts on it, I feel like Scotty just holding a grudge. I feel like Mike don't really even care about the situation. You know, he passed it. Scotty just, he just want his recognition or something. I mean, it's your time passed, Scotty. Your time's passed, gang. It's like, if you're still chasing recognition and I don't know, bro. I don't know. Maybe it's not about the recognition. Maybe it's more about the way Jordan did it, and he felt hurt or betrayed by Jordan. I don't know, because it also had some money involved, $10 million. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been like, okay, what's up? Like, that's big bad too. I'd have been like, okay. I'm saying, I wouldn't be doing all this stuff. That's crazy. Dropping books and you know what I'm saying, and Facebook posts and shit. Come on, bro. That ain't about nothing, bro. But if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe, share the video. Click on the last reaction as well. Turn on post notifications. Links in the description.
Below.
Click on the last reaction as well. Once again, just in case you didn't hear me the first time. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm out of here.